Hey, what's up, everybody? We're just gonna go live. We haven't been live in a minute. We're gonna go live and go over the market right now. Everything is crashing. UST, Luna, Do Kwon, where are you? This is crazy. I'm just gonna share this in the Discord right now. So let me do that. I am going to just share this in the Discord quickly. And if you haven't, so make sure to join the Discord because, we're doing a lot of education stuff, tutorials. If you're just getting into the crypto market or if you're just looking for a community you could chat at, that's me right there. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, are we in a bear market? We could wait like a minute or two for people to get onto the live, but we're going to go into a few things right now. We have Luna, as you see it. This is Luna BTC, but if we go to Luna USD, it's crashing, and USD, oh wow, it's pumping. It fell all the way down to $26, but the UST peg, UST to USDC, let's see, or USD, you can see that Luna is falling, and it's getting its fell all the way to 61 cents. That's nuts. So it fell all the way down to 61 cents, and now it's working its way back down, back to 80 cents. I'm curious if its peg will return to $1. There's a huge spread as of now. We saw whales from Justin Sun, founder of Tron, saying he's buying UST. A few days ago, I saw people sending their assets so they could borrow UST because they thought this crash was coming. I didn't think it would happen so fast. It's honestly crazy how fast this is falling. And then with this, we are seeing Luna being sold off or burned and probably panic sold. People are selling tons of Luna right now because some crazy shit's happening. So, I think we are good to get started. I'm just in my garage right now. It's a beautiful day. We're expecting a baby in the next day or two, so I'm just enjoying myself in the garage. When markets dump like this, I highly suggest not to panic sell. I wouldn't, sell your crypto because you're looking for a relief pump. If we look at markets right now, and I'm going to tell you guys a story while going over some technical analysis. So I got in the market about 2017. Before I get into that, uptrends, we have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And we have our trend line, for example. You can see right here, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and then higher high. You can see that. And pullbacks are healthy. And where I'm going with this is with a downtrend, you can see that we have our lower low and we get our pump. Lower low, we get our pump. Lower low, we retest. Lower low, we retest the high. So same thing with the downtrend is what I'm trying to get at is you have the relief pumps, so you're not going just down in a straight line. I never like to sell on a day we're just dropping like this because we've dropped from the last time we've had any sort of pump approximately 38%, and we are now falling into some major support. You can see here we bounced off, right here, right here, right here, and right here we're bouncing off as well. You can also see this is on the 3-day that we're getting down into oversold region. What's up, Sarth? What's up, Sarth? Appreciate all the support. And then you can see where RSI has been similar, and the COVID crash right here, March 2020. You can see that. Let me pull up this is only goes to 2019. Okay, so you can see that the RSI, we're in some very fearful areas. If we go to the fear and greed, you can see I think we're at 11 unless that's updated. We're at 10 right now. That's the lowest I've ever seen it, maybe in the last 2 years. I think we could go max. So you can see we've been that low since pretty much that COVID crash. So pretty crazy. And if we go to Luna USD, it's fallen a ton. So I got into the crypto market. You can see Luna from the top, 77%. And you did think that as a decentralized stablecoin, and it's not so decentralized because I was reading more about it. And if you think about their hedging methods, them buying Bitcoin, that's in a centralized manner. The way the person or whoever is selling the Bitcoin, that's in a centralized manner, holding the Bitcoin, and all that stuff. So it's not truly a decentralized stablecoin. It's not truly a decentralized stablecoin, and I'm very curious to see where that heads. So Luna, we were talking about buying it at 26. It's at 35 right now, but I thought going live would be better because there's a lot of people who don't know what to do. I got into crypto around 2017, and I want to tell you guys, a few things. That's Bitcoin dominance. So let me go to BTC right here. Awesome. So you can see that's kind of the support I've been waiting for. But what I'm trying to say is with Bitcoin, it's never invalidated its prior all-time high. So you can see here was about $1,100. Here was $20,000. With the Bitcoin halving, the reward structure, it gets cut in half every approximately 4 years, and the amount of Bitcoin gets cut in half. So Bitcoin gets more scarce. It's harder to generate. It's more expensive to generate, and there's less being made every day. The last Bitcoin will be mined approximately 2140. So with these bear markets that we've seen, they've lasted approximately 3 years. Are we in a bear market? We're definitely in a secondary trend if we're not in a bear market. So the primary trend was the bull market. And if we are consolidating a lot longer than I would have suggested, and we're definitely in some sort of secondary trend if we are in a bear market. And we fell about 50 to 60% from the top. So that pretty much sums up where we're at. If we were in a bull, we would keep this uptrend, but we're in a clear downtrend. And we're like 60% from the top. And if we take a look at the S&P, very correlated right now, Bitcoin's just following this super closely. You can see we aren't just dumping for no reason. The high inflation around the world, that traditional markets pulling back, COVID, there's so much shit going on. It's crazy. So you can see here on the daily, we got the death cross, which we haven't seen since COVID. So this is all looking like the aftermath of COVID. It looks like everybody's getting back on track. Countries are reopening and things like that, unless they're in China still. But generally, everywhere is reopening. And maybe this is the aftermath of us trying to prop up the economy, printing so much money and, closing fucking businesses and, all of that we've seen over the last years. But you can see once we had the death cross on the daily, we had a ton of downwards action. Same thing when we had the death cross here in 2018, we had a ton of downward action. But going back to Bitcoin, so Bitcoin's been pretty much following the S&P, which we've been free falling. And it looks like we can actually keep falling for quite a bit. Nobody can tell you how far we'll fall or, where the best buy is, but just DCAing, dollar cost averaging, buying Bitcoin every month or every couple weeks or however you get paid. You can just slowly buy like $50, $100. It could be $1,000 or $10,000, or you could be putting $100,000 a month, depending on how much money you make. Buying Bitcoin has never put anybody in a loss in a 4-year time horizon. And buying at these prices when everybody is fearful, when you see the greed and the fear index at 10, when Warren Buffett, there's a ton of sayings. You buy when there's, blood in the streets. You buy when everybody's greedy, and you sell or you sell when everybody's greedy, and you buy when everybody's fearful. And right now, looking at the chart, you can see a ton of fear. We're at huge support levels. We're highly oversold right now on the RSI, and you can see we've just kind of been free falling right here. So I wouldn't just sell this. I would look for a bounce, and then we can look at some sort of rejection here. And I was traveling a bunch, so like I didn't sell. There were so many signals that I could have taken, but just looking back, there's 1,000 trades that could have taken perfectly. But with my easy 4 and 9 daily and weekly EMAs, like you got to sell at 45 about 45K right here, and it broke down under this moving average, and bearish candles, and it's just we were traveling, and I'm still holding Bitcoin, so I am going to sell a little bit if we get some sort of relief bounce. I am looking at this as well right here, this moving average on the weekly. If we get it and hopefully we bounce, there's no hiding that we're in a downtrend right now, and there's massive sell pressure, and the S&P and traditional markets are bearish as well. So how long will this last? It's hard to know. Would I be selling? Like I said, I'd be waiting for the bounce. So I'm gonna go into a story. I bought the top in 2017 UST, and I'll show you guys where, but I'm going to take a look at UST right now. So it's back at 77 cents. That's a question. Buying UST right now is a question that nobody could probably answer. I saw, like I said, Justin Sun was buying UST, and he's a billionaire. He can afford to take a loss. But on Twitter, I saw a bunch of people sending their assets to borrow UST so they could pay it back at pretty much near to nothing when it crashes. Buying it right now would be a gamble. I think that the 23% move that it's down right now, the 23% that it's down was kind of the play. And I think that anybody getting in right now is just taking a gamble. That's my personal view. If you have more information to share, would love to hear that. But I believe that they're their clips of ammo, they've spent all of that. I'm pretty sure sold all of the Bitcoin. They've been unloading at this, and there is what I saw, where was it shared on the Discord as well, right here, altcoin. You can see that the Binance buy book was empty, but that's obviously changed now as it's pumped, and they've probably reloaded some assets to pump this up. But buying it could be like, I would take it like any trade right here. This is a huge wick. Your stop loss, that's about a 20% from 21% from the low from the current price. So if you wanted to basically only lose 2% on this trade, you would take a 10x less, you would divide your entry by 10x, so you'd only be losing 2%. So if you were going to go in with $10,000, you'd only go with $1,000. If you lost 20%, you'd be losing 20. That would be 20% actually. 20% of $1,000. No, you'd only be going with $200. It's, in my opinion, this trade is not worth it. If you caught the wick, that's a different story. But getting in right now, in my opinion, I could see this wick getting ran, and where the hell are they going to keep supplying all this liquidity to buy back, to bring the peg back to 1? I think it's possible, but it's still more likely or possible for it to break back down and head towards 0. That's a hard one. I personally wouldn't play with this. I think that maybe buying Luna would be a better play. It already looks like it's been a better play from where it bounced. It's already up 40% from where it bounced. And if it goes back to all-time highs, so Luna would be, in my opinion, the better play because the community around Luna. But are they going to keep burning Luna? And are people going to keep panic selling it? It's such a hard play. you know, I if you want to degen on that, good luck. So for Bitcoin, I bought the top in 2017. Where's Bitcoin right here? Let me go to the weekly. I keep going to the wrong thing. If anybody has any other coins you could take a look at, but in 2017, I started buying Bitcoin, and you know, probably around somewhere around here, I started buying Bitcoin, and my conviction was growing. My conviction was growing. I kept buying. I kept buying. I kept buying. I kept buying Bitcoin. And then at some point here, I took a loan, which I probably shouldn't have done, from somebody you probably don't want to take loans from. And it was a pretty large loan, $100,000 plus. And I bought the top. I went all in on Bitcoin. I'm in Canada, so I paid approximately $21,000 per coin, which is maybe like 17, 18K USD. So I pretty much went all in with this, the money I borrowed it at the top of the market. And this is like my first year trading any financial assets. So I of course became a bag holder. I did not panic sell, which has rewarded me financially, today, and has taught me a ton, because I've stomached those 70, 80, 90%. And that leads me into like what's next in this bear market. And UST is pumping right now. So it is going back to one is highly possible. But yeah. I was thinking if you shorted the USDC UST pair, that's like pretty in terms of safety, like USDC is not going to depeg, it's going to stay at one. So you would just be paying the fees for that. That was a solid trade for whoever pulled that off. And if it does crash and GCR and the other fellow win their 10 or $11 million bets, that's big. That's big. So I held all the way back down here, and I had enough Bitcoin, in my opinion, and I started to reaccumulate. But what I screwed up was I thought the bottom was in, and I like started trying to buy altcoins probably around here, and those altcoins just got like decimated 80%, 90%. I lost like 5, 6 Bitcoins just trying to time the bottom on some of my favorite altcoins. And I think that's what a lot of people will do. Like a lot of people right now are saying, buy the dip. And if we do see a 1 or 2 or 3 year bear market, this is just kind of the initial, start of it. We will see prices just keep bleeding. And I'm not trying to, fight everybody out of their positions, but, we would see some massive pain and just like a long, drawn out downtrend. And buying right now wouldn't be the best time. You wouldn't want to be buying in a downtrend, because you're just literally in a roller coaster of a ride to the downside. You'd want to watch for a reversal, and it could be the simplest things, like I'll show you guys right now, going on the weekly and just using the 4 and 9 EMA, and you just buy on the flips. So on the golden cross, and you sell on the death cross. So here's the buy, here's the sell, here's the buy, here's the sell, here's the buy. You got a little bit of a whipsaw here. So you got in and you got out. Maybe you lost a little bit. Maybe you made 1%, but you're doing generally good. Buying at 7,000, 7,500, selling at 52,000, buying back at 37K, exiting somewhere around 56K, buying back at 38, selling, let's say 40. Let's say you even lost there. And now you're in cash, and Bitcoin's at $30,000. And look where it's at. It's slowly bouncing from that support we have. So I'll look for some sort of relief bounce where everybody might think Bitcoin's coming back, and maybe I'll exit a little bit of Bitcoin. I'll share it I'll be watching closely because I was traveling for the last little bit of time and I didn't get to exit, what I would have, my little trading stack of Bitcoin that's on exchanges. There is some Bitcoin that I'll never sell and I'll hold forever because I do believe in the next 5-10 years, we will see six-digit Bitcoin. We will see $100,000 plus Bitcoin, 200, 300, 400, 500,000. So we are getting that bounce right here. It's good to see. I want to see what kind of volume we get. Let's see if Luna bounce. And that's pretty much it. I'm not getting much comments, much questions. So I just wanted to take a look. So yeah, Luna bounced back. That would have been a great buy. And I'm assuming UST is bouncing back too if Luna's going up. It's 86 cents. Wow. So Wale, that would have been a good buy. Just risky, and I wouldn't recommend it for anybody, but that would have been a good buy. Just wanted to make a quick video on the bear market, what to do. I would just say keep dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. Don't overexpose yourself into any altcoin because it could for sure drop 60, 70, 80, 90%. You'd be tying your money up. And also don't leave the marketplace. Try to build. My mindset was that I'm going to become the best trader. I'm going to study as much as I can, and for when the bull market comes, I'm going to slaughter it, because you know how many new market participants came, and you have that advantage. You're like a veteran. You went through this like bloody bear market, you went through the bull market, you saw NFT spawn, you made a killing or whatever it may be, and when the next bull market comes, you'll have huge advantages. So don't leave. Stick around. We'll be in the Discord. We'll be trading. We'll be here for years to come, accumulating as much Bitcoin as we can, accumulating as much Ethereum as we can, and where it's going to be a bright future. So that's pretty much it. Thanks. Not going to buy UST. Question long term. Do you think BTC will be the only coin to survive? No, not at all. I don't think Bitcoin will be the only coin to survive. I like this bounce that we're getting on support. At least we're not nuking everything, but definitely don't think Bitcoin will be the only coin to survive. Like, look at Ethereum. Ethereum is now supposedly deflationary, so they're burning tons of Ethereum. If we're looking at Ethereum, and it's still in a pretty, it's holding its uptrend a lot nicer than Bitcoin did. This is on the weekly, still looking like bullish because it hasn't invalidated its lows. Bitcoin really hasn't either, but this is still a bit more bullish. 1650 for Ethereum is highly possible, highly possible. But going back to your question, Bitcoin is used for many other things than Ethereum can do, and Ethereum is a huge building platform, and it's like we've seen, and UST is falling back. UST is falling back hard. Sorry, guys. And that's a bearish candle. So it's like I can see this come and liquidate everybody here, and then come like this is going to liquidate a lot of people. I wouldn't play with fire, honestly. But Ethereum, you've seen what it's done with DeFi, all these other EVM networks that are bringing in tons of value and taking people's money, like giving them percentages. We've seen that NFTs. There's just so much you could do. The whole Web3 narrative, GameFi, Metaverse. I know it's so like Metaverse is so broad, but the more GameFi play to earn stuff, that's all happening on web, like Ethereum. That all originated with Ethereum, and I think that there's so much to still discover what you can build on there, and there's going to be so much new platforms. I definitely think it's the future, and a lot of Web2 companies will integrate into Web3 or have some sort of Web3 integration. I think Ethereum's here to stay. That's why I say accumulate Bitcoin, accumulate Ethereum, more the Bitcoin side, because I do think one day it'll be 500,000, $1 million. So accumulate as much as you can, because that's life-changing money. Same with Ethereum. We could see $10,000, $20,000. And then there's other coins out there as well that will stick around. But I think that a lot of these L2 networks might disappear, and we'll see a lot of rotation of coins, of trends. Like last bull market, we saw a ton of ICOs, and now it was IDOs, metaverse, NFT stuff. Next bull market, I think investors will be a bit smarter than just giving their money or aping into everything, and we'll see a ton of different trends. But if you stick around and you just build your knowledge, build your strategies, you'll be more equipped than other market participants, and you can start extracting profit. Because like I've learned after the bear market, I need to take profit. I need to take profit because everything can go to shit. Will I be happy with what I have? Will I be happy with what I got? And at the end of the day, I'm trying to get more Bitcoins too. So did I get more Bitcoins from the start of the bull market? Which, yes, I did. I started with whatever Bitcoin I had, and now I have more, and I had more fiat than I did start. I took profits, so I'm happy with both of that, and that's because I kept, I stayed around after everything got smoked in the bear market, and I just kept trying to learn, read, research the market. So whoever stays will be rewarded financially, because think about these scams, these rug pulls, these shitty projects. They're not going to operate. These cash grab projects won't operate as successful in a bear market because they're not getting funds thrown to them. So they won't operate as successful, and you'll see some of the best companies, some of the most like underdog best protocols launch. I believe like Uniswap, a lot of these protocols launched 2018, 2019, after or within the bear market. So you can find some great companies. We're still investing in companies. We're working on doing a ton of things. So stick around. I just wanted to make this quick video, not to panic sell. You can see Bitcoin already jumped 1,200 from the support right here. And I'm looking for some sort of bounce back. If I can get a bounce back to here, we can actually take the fibs, because we've seen that bounce right here, the green candle. Let me, okay. 33K, 36K. This one would be into the trend line, would be the best, but I don't think we're going to bounce 39K. I don't think the market has it. Like if the S&P wasn't dragging us down, if traditional markets weren't dragging us down, and this was just like a healthy dip, I think so. But markets aren't looking so hot, to be honest. So I'm a little bit more fearful. Maybe we get a small bounce to 33,000, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to be delivering daily videos again. I will be more active after traveling. We're expecting a baby in the next 48 hours. That hope to God everything's good there, and I'll be just on my computer. The market is bleeding, so this is the time to deliver as much content as I can. And UST back down. If you took that trade, you would have been underwater, you would have been panicking, and it wouldn't have been a good situation. So let's go back to Luna as well. And Luna falling back down too. Not as bad as UST. So that's my quick video. Hope you guys are surviving this bear market, and don't fall for the narrative of like hodl, hodl, hodl. It's hard now because we are 50, 60, 70% down from all-time highs. But taking profit never hurts anybody. Yeah, I'll be delivering videos daily. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you guys.